Well, hey, it is Sunday Fun Day. I'm excited. Don't know how much I'm going to get done, but we're going to play today on my shoebox, and we all know what rusty bolts and nuts can be like. So that's what we're going to be dealing with today. So if I can get the front nose off it today, I'm happy. If I can't, whatever. I want to get the nose off because my first plan is to start to put the new rockers on, cut them off, get them on, which I know I won't get to today for that. It's kind of late in the day. It's already noon. I got a late start. I spent a little more time at the gym than I wanted to. And then, well, not that you need to know what I do, but then I went to the grocery store and, oh, God, that was a shit show. Because it's December. Everyone's shopping. What was I thinking? Anyway, so, yeah, start to take this off. You know, you take the whole nose off, it's easy, unbolt it at the back and the sides, whatever. You know, you unbolt it at the rad cradle, you bring it forward once all your wiring's disconnected, which the wiring, I don't care. I'm just gonna cut it and chop it up, because I'm putting all new wiring in this car. But I am alone here today, kinda, so maybe I'm better to take it apart, and at some point I gotta take it apart. So, and like I think I showed you guys, there's our new rockers. Yep, there's what I'm eating today. Egg salad sandwich and a Coca-Cola glass bottle. There's my new rockers, some braces, some more braces in there, and yeah, and away we go. So I think I'm gonna start getting ready. I got my piece of fur rug down there to keep me warm, and I think I'm gonna start unbolting shit. So it's not gonna be the most fun video for you guys, but what the hell? It's a video, right? Yeah. Alright, well I'm I'm 2.5 hours in, and what have I done? I've gotten out, oh, open up. I've gotten out all the heater up underneath the dash, all the vent hoses, the vents. You know, we got some of this all scraped away here, because we're going to be cutting the floors out after we do the rockers. Obviously I got the car on stands. I've got the fender loosened here. Now if you're wondering where these fenders bolt up, if you bought one of these cars, you got a bolt underneath. Then you got like 1, 2, 3 bolts along the side there. Look at this shit. You can tell this car came right out of Saskatchewan. Look at all that. That's all underneath. And then where that goes is that goes underneath your rad here. Look at all the shit. So obviously, as you can see here, I've got the bumper, the grill, the lower panel off. So take a look at it from the front. There we go. So I'm going to work on these grill bars next, and then we're going to continue back onto that fender. Close this up, letting the heat out. Like I said, I took all your vents, I'll connect to that. Got all that off of there. That one's all unbolted, still sitting there. So, yeah. And she's rusty and she's full of undercoating. It's got tons of undercoating, but this is, like I say, it's a Saskatchewan car, so, whew, what a mess under there. Good shape, but just a mess. So, well, just giving you a little update what I'm doing here. So I'll continue and get back on it. Okay, well, 3.5 hours in. I got a fender off. Well, I got a lot off. Fender, bumper, grill, valance, lower valance, all that stuff. So I'm happy. I'm happy. It takes time. Heater's out of it, vents are out of it, floor's been scraped. That's not bad. It's not bad. It's a little tight in here, guys, for filming. Sorry, the door's right here, right? I don't want to keep opening it. It is December. Try and keep the heat in. So, as you can see, the typical rust. This is your kick panel here. Body mount's gone. You know, but that's all right. I knew that shit was gonna happen. I expect it. You know, but look at this. Look at this undercoat. Let's see if I've got something here. Here, watch this. Oh my God. So some of these cars had it. Most of them I've owned. Honestly, I've probably had well over a dozen of these cars in my life. And now watch this though. Watch this when this comes off. It comes off pretty easy because it's dried up. Look at this paint. Look at that paint. Give that a wax, and you could have patina right there, right? So And unfortunately, like, all this shit has got to come off. Whether I was to blast it at home with my little outdoor blaster, which I don't, or I take it to my guy at Fraser Valley Blasting, he doesn't want to see this shit because they reuse their sand and I reuse my sand, and you get this shit in the sand and then, you know, the sand's useless, right? It just costs you more money, so you got to get that crap off. Take a torch, heat it up. You can do that too. Just be careful, very careful. You don't want to screw up the metal. But pretty much the way this comes off, honestly, I wouldn't even use a torch. Like, look at, you know, I'll scrape off the heavy stuff and then it'll all come off. It'll flake. I can tell even here in these areas where it's a little tighter, it will come off. So I want all that off there. I don't want that left on there. Now back in here, back in this area, like I got the whole new floor pan that goes across here, and I've got the floor pans that go here, right? So you see it all tarred up there. I'm not taking that off. That floor is solid as a rock. I've been under the car, I've looked, it's solid. I'm not taking that off. It's covered up with a bloody carpet, it's insulation, carpet, then a back seat. I'm not going there. But anywhere I do go, obviously I'm not going to have that shit on there, right? Because it'll be new floors. And the center section I didn't buy new because it's good, so I've scraped it all away. Now underneath the car, I'm going to scrape it all though and get it nice and clean because I don't want this stuff under the car. And it's pretty much all falling off under the car, like I showed you. Like I showed you, it did just there on the fender. So the underneath, I want to clean it right up, make it look nice. You know, again, I build my cars to drive, but I also like it so if someone crawls under my car, they'll be like, oh, he did a frame-off restoration for sure. But I ain't getting under there and, you know, chroming things and painting things different colors. I ain't, you know, I drive my shit. That's all there is to it. So, but I am going to make this one a little nicer car than some of my other ones, just because I really like it. So it's going to get a few extra bonuses, like, you know, when it comes time for painting that, it's going to get the wet sand and polish. But that's okay. So anyway, well, the next step, the reason the whole fender had to come off is you see your rocker, you see it goes right into there, and you drill out the spot welds. And on the new ones, there you can see it here from this side. The new ones, see, they come just like they should. This is from EMS, this stuff. Here, I'll take a shot in there in case any of you guys are looking. Really good quality stuff and real reasonable. So that was the main reason the fender has to come off, and you have to do your rockers first because your floor is attached to your rockers. So you get the rockers done, and then away you go. I'm going to leave the door on. I'm going to break it free at some point, but I'm going to leave it on at the moment because I'm going to try and get the rocker off of the door on because I like to fit the rocker to the door. But the first thing you got to do before you do anything, you got to adjust the door. And what I mean by that is, see how the body line is not quite in line there? It's dropped down. I want to adjust that. This door has to come up. So you don't want to be putting a rocker on when the door's got to come up, because when you do later on life move the door up, we could have too big a gap on the bottom. So my next step here is I got to play with this door, which these doors were they're a goddamn nightmare because they got these big old Phillips screws. So now it's bring up the torch time and heat the son of a bitches up, and pray to God you can get the door up a bit. And that's that. But before I do any of that, I'm going to take a look at the striker, because this door, I'm looking at the striker. See this wear pattern? You got to be careful because sometimes the strikers could be out of place. Now this is, you know, this is telling me that right now the door's latching in, it's hitting the bottom of this. So it's telling me the striker's too high. So if I bring that striker down even lower, that gap's going to be screwed up even more. So our next step we're going to look at is, let's grab this door. Can't really do this. Here, I'll put the camera here. I don't know if it'll film it or not. Let's grab the door. Yeah, you see me out there? Okay. Let's see here. Let's see what we can find. See that? We got a door pin. Now that door pin is going to raise that door up. So let's see if I can't hold that door up. There's up. Still throwing my body line up. So the hinges have to be loosened. Now which pin is it? That's the question. Hard wire. It's hard. It's the lower pin. The lower pin. That's okay. I've got lower pins here. So we're going to loosen the door. We're going to replace a pin. Gonna get the door lined up, then we're gonna do the rocker. So no, that's not all gonna happen today. What am I gonna do now? I don't know. Heat them goddamn screws up that Henry Ford shouldn't have put in there. Should have put a bolt and nut and get them loose at least first. And continue listening to Elvis. I'm gonna be back in a bit. Okay, well I got the door off. That was actually the easiest thing that came off today. Mind you, I had to bring out the trusty old torches there, as you can see, and heat her up, but I got her off. Now I'm going to heat up some more because I'm going to get the hinges off the door, because you can see I got to, because I can't change the pin. Here, let's actually grab this where you guys are here. Yeah, see, look at, oh, door's going to fall down. Look at that. What's the top one like? Yeah, there's a bit there too. So I think what's going to happen here now today, we're going to get these off, and we'll let them cool, and we'll deal with door pins probably next time. We're getting, maybe I'll bring the vacuum over and try and vacuum some of the shit out of here too, but by that time it's going to be almost the end of the day. We're at I don't know, I think we're at let me see. Yeah, we're around 4:45 right now, and I usually I like to stay out here. You know, it depends. I get out here at 10 o'clock till 4 or 10 to 6, and today I didn't get out here to noon, but I think we're going to head in around 6 or just before. That's a good day. I'm happy with what got done. Yeah. But anyway, we'll keep you tuned here and see if I can't get those off of there next. Alright guys, well that's a wrap. Heated those up. You can see they're still pretty hot. And they're laying there. So I left one in each one for now, just so I know where they're going at the moment. There's no movement on these Fords up and down here on this end of it. Not really much, so let's just see here. And there's honestly no movement here. There's no adjustment. So both pins are definitely shot, and I think that's where my adjustment is out, because it's not out by much. So I think we'll get the pins in there, bolt the hinges back on. Obviously then put the door back in place. Make sure we get them body lines in line. And once that all works out good, then we can, then I'll start cutting this rocker off and playing with it from there. So that's going to be our next, I'm hoping, that's going to be our next Sunday Fun Day video. For tonight, I'm going to call it a night. It's almost 5:30, and I'm going to start cleaning tools up and shit like that, and that'll get me in by 6. And that's perfect. So, hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, not much of a video, but a lot of you guys out there that do follow me, you always like to see what I'm up to, so, you know, there's what I'm up to. And don't forget, not pushing it, but don't forget, we got all the t-shirts and decals here. Go to oldtimegarage.ca. Didn't get any new ones this year, unfortunately. Still got a lot of older ones left, and like to sell some more of those off. Maybe in the spring we'll get a new one. So that's that. And if you know anybody out there that's local, I'm in Chilliwack, British Columbia. I know a lot of you guys aren't out there, but I don't do shipping, unfortunately. But I got some beautiful Y-block chrome here. This original manifold that's been chromed. All original pulleys at the original casting numbers, re-chromed. Generator rebuilt, re-chromed, water pump, oil pan, not that cheap, nasty aftermarket shit. It's all there. It's all there. So, yeah, that stuff's got to go. Well, it doesn't have to go. Kind of could hang it on the wall, look pretty cool. Anyway, yep, there's the old Model light. Turn the lights off in this room. So, that's it. We'll catch you next time. It's always a good time at all time.